Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chev Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutiriyet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 15th chapter, the Pandavas retire timely, text number 12 onwards. Yat tejasad bhagwan yuti shulpane vismapita sagirijo asra madan nijam me अन्ये अपि चाहम मुनेव कलेवरेण प्राप्तो महेंद्र भवने महद आसनार्धम. It was by his influence only that in a fight I was able to astonish the personality of God, Lord Shiva, and his wife, the daughter of Mount Himalaya. Thus he, Lord Shiva, became pleased with me and awarded me his own weapon. Other demigods also delivered their respective weapons to me. And in addition, I was able to reach the heavenly planets in this present body and was allowed a half elevated seat. So that is Arjun. Arjun, he is clearly acknowledging that it was only because of mercy of Krishna I was able to astonish. Of course, some places they say he defeated Lord Shiva, um, and he went to heavenly planets in this that very body. Although he wasn't eligible, but if Krishna is saying he's okay, then it's okay. Even for heavenly planets, he could go. By the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, were pleased with Arjun. The idea is that one who is favored by Lord Shiva or any other demigod may not necessarily be favored by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Ravan was certainly a great devotee of Lord Shiva, but he could not be saved from the wrath of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramchandra. And there are many instances like that in the histories of the Puranas. But here is an instance where we can see that Lord Shiva became pleased even in the fight with Arjun. Why? Because he was a devotee of Krishna. The devotees of the Supreme Lord know how to respect the demigods. But the devotees of the demigods sometimes foolishly think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is no greater than the demigods. So Prabhupada is writing a very nice line here. The devotees of the Supreme Lord know how to respect the demigods. So we should respect all the Devi Devata. They're on a much higher platform, much higher level than all of us. They've been assigned different duties in the universal management by Krishna himself. So how important they are. And they assist Krishna in his pastimes, in his killing pastimes and his other pastimes. So they are very, very important people. Of course, we don't do bhakti for them. Bhakti is only for Krishna. But if we are in a temple where the demigods, uh, idols are there, or deities are there, we should go pay respects. There's nothing wrong with that. So we should not talk negatively or belittlingly about the demigods. By such a conception, one becomes an offender and ultimately meets with the same end as Ravan and others. The instances described by Arjun during his friendly dealings with Lord Sri Krishna are instructive for all who may be convinced by the lessons that one can achieve all favor simply by pleasing the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Whereas the devotees or worshippers of the demigods may achieve only partial benefits, which are also perishable, just as the demigods themselves are. So demigods is a position, except obviously Shivji, Hanumanji, Durgaji, these are not positions, they are people. But other demigods are positions. And one person stays in that position for period of ruling of one Manu. So one Manu rules for 71 Chatur Yugas. So that is the duration of time the demigod's particular demigod remains in his position. Another significance of the present verse is that Arjun, by the grace of Lord Shri Krishna, was able to reach the heavenly planet even with the self same body and was honored by the heavenly demigod Indradev, being seated with him half elevated. One can reach the heavenly planets by the pious acts recommended in the Shastra in the category of fruitive activities. And as stated in Bhagavad Gita 9:21, when the reactions of such pious acts are spent, the enjoyer is again degraded to this earthly planet. The moon is also on the level with the heavenly planets, and only persons who have performed virtues only, performing sacrifices, giving charity, and undergoing severe penances, can be allowed to enter into the heavenly planets after the duration of the life of the body. Arjun was allowed to enter into the heavenly planets in the self same body simply by the grace of the Lord. Otherwise, it's not possible to do so. So this is the benefit of becoming a devotee, becoming a pure devotee of Krishna. We can go anywhere, even the heavenly planets. Well, Arjun also came back after visiting that heavenly planets, meeting Indradev, getting weapons from him, and obviously, meanwhile, he got cursed by Urvashi, either Urvashi or Menka, I don't remember who. So one of these heavenly ladies cursed him. Actually, it so happened when Arjun was there, so Urvashi and Indradev is actually father of Arjun. So Urvashi saw Arjun and she had a desire to have relationship with Arjun. Arjun said, no, you're like my mother because you are Indradev's personal, whatever you want to say. So Urvashi, she got angry with Arjun. She said, in heaven, we don't follow these rules that you human beings follow at earth. These rules are not meant for us. But you have called me your mother, so you become a little kid. Means you will not have any more potency. So Indradev heard that. Indradev intervened. He said, no, 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 this is not right. He respected you. That's why he did that. So Urvashi said, I cannot take the curse back, but it will go, but the duration will be for 1 year. So that 1 year, actually, it helped Arjun. It was all orchestrated by Krishna, actually. It helped Arjun when they were in incognito, and then they had to live incognito for 1 year. So Arjun, that's when he became Brihannala. He was like eunuch for 1 year. And he taught Mridanga to Uttara, who became Abhimanyu's wife later on. So otherwise it was very difficult for Arjun to hide himself for 1 year. And just imagine for 1 year he became Brihannala. I'm like eunuch. As a lady, he remained for 1 year. Of course, Bhim remained as a rasoiya, as a cook. Maharaj Yudhishthir remained as just a minister, ordinary minister in the kingdom. Nakul and Sahadev, they took care of horses and the cows. And Draupadi, she became a maid servant of the queen of the Virat, kingdom of Virat. So although Arjun had to live like that, and Arjun got cursed, he went to heaven. He went to heaven to get the weapons, and he got the weapons, but side by side he got cursed also. But again, that curse was used by them when they were in exile, and in that incognito they had to live. So point is, any curse or any benediction in the life of a devotee is actually for good. There's nothing wrong with that. Anything wrong cannot happen in devotee's life. Of course, at that moment or going through that phase of 1 year for Arjun, it was very, very painful. But they tortured it, they tolerated it, they patiently uh, waited for the right time. And then Krishna gave them everything. So as a devotee, one has to understand we are just basically, even if nobody, we are not devotee, we are only puppets. So when we are not devotees, we are puppets in the hand of Maya. When we are devotees, we are puppets in the hands of Krishna. So it's better to remain puppet in the hands of Krishna. So he can use us the way he likes. Of course, in the end, Krishna will not uh, let us be insulted. He'll put us in the right position, but in the end, not while we go through all the problems. Just like Prabhupada, he got this instruction from his Guru Maharaj that you should go to the Western world and preach the message of Mahaprabhu in English language. He got the instruction in 1922, and he came to West in 1965, 43 years later. And he struggled a lot. In 43 years in India and after he came here, he also struggled. Of course, meanwhile, Krishna sent him lots of devotees, lots of money, opened lots of temples, traveled all over, wrote so many books. He accomplished so much. But the struggle was still there. Managing the temples, managing the society, managing all these devotees, it's not an easy job. But Prabhupada did that. And now look at him, how glorified, how people glorify him. Still his books are being sold, still his name is being chanted, still he's being respected all over the world. Still people get mesmerized by his lectures. You listen to any lecture of Prabhupada, it's hardly for half an hour, every lecture. But in half an hour, he just packs it up with the philosophy. So while Prabhupada was going through all the problems, when in India also his business failed, his family life failed, and he was being shunted between Delhi and Vrindavan, not a fixed place to stay in at that advanced age. And for coming to America, he had to literally beg so many people. But in the end, it was for his glories. If Prabhupada had come to America with full first class ticket on an airplane, and he had everything waiting here for him. I mean, if he had just a cozy life, people wouldn't have remembered him. They remember because how much struggle he went through, and he tolerated him patiently. He trained everybody. That's what it makes it more glorious. That's what people really love him, respect him. Similarly, every devotee has to go through a lot. Of course, inside they're still attached to Krishna. Inside they're still surrendered. They're still in their special relationship with Krishna. But outwardly, they go through a lot. And look at Arjun. Heavenly planet, he goes in the same body. And in fact, I think I read somewhere, he defeated Indradev also in heaven, in the war. And then he got the weapons, but he got the curse also. And Arjun, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev, Draupadi, pure devotee, just like previously we read, because Draupadi's hair were dragged by Dushasan dragged Draupadi by her hair. All these ladies of Kuru dynasty, they got their hair loosened because they all became widows. But even Draupadi Maharani had to go through so much. She was tried to be disrobed in the assembly of all the elders, and her five husbands were sitting there and they could not do anything. And then later, 1 year, she had to live like a maid servant of a queen. She was a queen of the whole world, and she had to live like a maid servant. So this test everybody has to go through. Every devotee has to go through. Different kind, different time, different type, and it depends on our qualification. Different intensity of test will be there. It could be there every day. But this is to make us more and more strong. This is Krishna's plan to make us more and more and more strong in our surrender, in our faith to service of Krishna, in our faith in chanting of the holy names, in our faith in Prabhupada and Prabhupada's books. This is to make sure that we have that faith. And not only we have that faith. I'm sorry, today I'll digress a little again. Just like somebody forwarded me and I posted that little sound clip on our group of this cook who was a chef, famous chef, and he was talking about this kada prasad. And he said prasad, something fell down while he was in Gurdwara, and his mother or somebody chastised him that you should pick it up and eat it. It is prasad. Now taking it further, prasad. So what is prasad? Prasad is mercy of Krishna. That's what we say. No? Anything that is offered to Krishna, Krishna accepts and he returns it back to us for us to enjoy, and that becomes prasad. So prasad is not only the edible eatables that Krishna is offered. Anything that is offered to Krishna, like clothes, we offer the clothes to Krishna, and it becomes Mahaprasad, right? And we don't wear it, but at least we can keep it in the house because it's prasadi. It's Krishna's cloth. So similarly, devotees, they offer themselves to Krishna. They offer their whole life to Krishna. So they also, because Krishna has accepted them, they also become prasad. Like yesterday, devotees were little scared when we talked about the offenses. Because devotees are Krishna's prasad. They are very dear to Krishna. They have been offered to Krishna. So the way we respect prasad, even if it falls down on the ground, we pick it up and eat it. So even if a devotee falls down, of course, we don't have to eat the devotee, but the way we should treat him is like prasad. He should be like prasad. That's where the test is. How we treat others. Not when they are fully exalted and fully sitting on big vyasas and pedestals. How we treat simple, common devotees amongst ourselves. Anybody can respect person like Srila Prabhupada or Guru Maharaj. Anybody can respect. We should respect. But how we treat other common devotees who are just like in America, there's a rank and file people, rank and file devotees, just common devotees who hardly anybody knows of them. That's where the test is. And they all prasad. Many instances have been there, especially in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And devotees would look like Sanatan Goswami when he went first to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Banaras. Mahaprabhu was inside the house with the Chandrasekharacharya. Sanatan Goswami came from Ramkeli and he came walking all the way to Banaras. And his clothes were torn up, long beard, he hadn't eaten for so many days, and he looked like a beggar. And he just went and he just sat outside the boundary wall of Chandrasekhar Acharya's house. Of course, Mahaprabhu is Bhagwan. Mahaprabhu told Chandrasekhar, there's some devotee has come outside, bring him in. Chandrasekhar Acharya went outside. He looked around. He didn't see a devotee. He went inside. He said, Mahaprabhu, there is nobody outside. Mahaprabhu said, he said, Mahaprabhu, there is no devotee outside. Mahaprabhu said, is there nobody outside? Chandrasekhar said, yeah, yes, Sufi is there, Darvish. He called him Darvish. Darvish means roaming around with long beard and like beggars. He said, some Darvish is there. Mahaprabhu said, he's a great devotee, bring him in. And Chandrasekhar Acharya brought Sanatan Goswami in, and then later he realized it's Sanatan Goswami himself. So we don't know who is who. We don't know the person's life. We don't know person's previous life. How much bhakti, how much tapasya, how much everything he has done or she has done. Right now, we might see them as a householder, as a common homemaker, or as a struggling mother or father in their business or in their jobs. We don't know who they were in the previous lives. They could be big sannyasi in the previous life. We don't know. And of course, at the same time, we don't know the kids that are in the family. They might not act like devotees, but we don't know who they are. So, how careful we have to be when we are dealing with devotees. Even if somebody is chanting just one round, or not even chanting a round, we don't know anything. So they all are prasad. So we have to treat them like that. And they're very dear to Krishna. So, yesterday Vanna Mataji had a question about Kansa. So Kansa was a Rakshas actually, demon, big time demon. Not a Asura, he was a Rakshas from a Danav family actually. What had happened, Ugrasen, Maharaj Ugrasen, and his wife, I don't know his wife's name, his wife was very beautiful. So one day during during the ladies' special time, she and her friends they had gone from Mathura to a mountain. Um, I'm forgetting exact the name of the mountain, and they were really enjoying the atmosphere there. It was beautiful mountain with the waterfalls and the gardens, and of course she was the wife of King of Mathura, so all nice arrangements were there for her. At the same time, there was a Danav named Drumal. Drumal was there roaming around. And he was enjoying the scenery, the beauty of that mountain. And somehow he saw this lady. And he asked his charioteer, who is this lady? And this lady is very beautiful. The charioteer there said, she is the wife of Maharaj Ugrasen of Mathura. So this Danav, he said, oh, forget it. What Maharaj Ugrasen? I have my heart on her now. So he took the form of Maharaj Agrasen and he went to meet this lady. The lady, she saw Maharaj Agrasen. She said, oh, husband, he said, how come you came here? And this Danav was in the form of Maharaj Agrasen. He just imitated the voice and he said, oh, I was missing you. That's why I came. And they had a relationship that time. But while uh, doing the relationship, going through that, the lady said, you are not my husband because his touch is not that, his touch is very, very soft. You're not my husband. Who are you? So then this Drumel, he came in his real form. He was a Danav. He said, I'm this Danav. Actually, you should be happy that I'm making this relationship with you. Well, as I said, in heavenly planets or in lower planets of the Danavs, these rules are not there. They said you should be very happy. And the mother or wife of King Ugrasen, she got very angry. She said, "What are you talking about? You have defiled me, broken my chastity." And Dano said, "Defiled you, you stupid! I have given you a a progeny. I have given you a boy, a baby. A boy will be born, and he'll be very powerful and very famous. He'll become very famous." The lady said, if a boy is born from my womb, because even though, see, status at that time, the culture, even though it was forced pregnancy for her, she did not think of aborting the baby. She did not even think about aborting. She said, if a boy is born of me and you think he will be very powerful, I I curse you that a supreme personality of Godhead will be born in my family and he will kill this boy. And this Dana got very angry. Oh, you're talking all like all this. You're saying, but he will be very powerful and his name will be Kansa. There was some reason he called him Kansa. Uh, like she was saying, uh, after relationship with you, I'm in very much kashta, and then it becomes kansa somehow. Some relationship is there, some etymological meaning is there. So that's how Kansa was born. But since he was born from this lady, he became the son, in a way, son of or half son of Maharaj Ugrasen. And even though he was son of this demon, they never disowned him. They never just let him go. So this is how Kansa. But this Kansa never knew all this, that he was a son of demon. He always thought Ugrasen is his father. When Kansa had put Devki and Vasudev in the prison, and uh, and the first son of Devki was brought to Kansa by Vasudev. His name was Kirtiman, and Kansa had sent him back. And Narad Muni showed up on the scene. Narad Muni then told Kansa his original identity, that this is actually you are, and you are born to rule and born to kill people. And why did you pardon this little baby? So then Kansa got angry and he went to the prison house and he took the baby and killed him right in front of um, eyes of Devaki and Vasudeva. So that's why Kansa, although he was son of a demon, big demon, but he didn't know at least till this time, till Narad Muni told him. So Devaki was his sister, but at the same time wasn't a sister. But Devaki wasn't a demoness. Only Kansa was. Is that okay, Vanna Mataji? I think she is busy.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So we'll stop here. Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mata. Yes, Ashok Prabhu. Ashok Prabhu, you had a question or a comment? I guess he got busy.
Hare
So
Krishna.
yes, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, one question. Prabhuji, you said
Yes.
Narad Muni reminded Kansa about killing the son. So although Narad Muni is helping in the Leela, but if we see he is asking to kill a devotee's son, Devaki's son. So is it
There were two
offensive?
reasons. No. See, we have to understand purpose behind it. So there were two reasons. One reason was Narad Muni didn't want Kansa to become compassionate towards these babies and Devaki and Vasudeva. Because if he had become compassionate, then Krishna would have hesitated to kill him, that he had served my father and mother and brothers. And Narad Muni didn't want Kansa to live for too long. And in fact, he wanted to expedite the arrival of Krishna. So he chose this way. Moreover, these 6 sons of Devaki who were killed by Kansa, they had committed an offense against Brahmaji. And Narad Muni wanted, and they were cursed to be that they will be killed as soon as they're born. So Narad Muni also wanted them to die fast so they can get rid of the curse, so they get absolved of the curse. So it was manifold, this whole Leela. Of course, that's why we have to understand it through acharyas. Then we understand the right mood rightly.
Okay? Thank you, Prabhuji.
There are
And
many
Prabhuji,
reasons.
yeah, it's a complex story.
Yeah.
And Prabhuji, one more question. Like all these children, these 6 children, and along with Lord and Balram, all these are born through, uh, spiritual intervention. I mean, not with physical relationships. I mean, they directly get into the womb.
I don't know about the 6 babies, but Balramji and Krishna, they were born like just by thought process.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
You're welcome. Okay, so I guess we can stop here. You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Thank you,
Prabhupada.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.